By far, one of the best views in Wilmington is right here. And it's so great to be able to stand here and play music and praise God and do it right here. It's a special place. So this next song, what we're going to do something a little different so you guys can remain seated, but we still invite you guys to sing and take part in the song. I've heard 1,000 stories of what they think you're like. Oh, and I've heard the tender whisper of love in the dead of night. And you tell me that you're pleased and that I'm never alone. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. I've seen many searching for answers far and wide. Oh, and I know we're all searching for answers. Oh, you provide and you know just what we need before we say a word. You're a good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. So we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to tell a story, if that's all right. So the other morning, I was able to slip away and go spend some time in the water. And the waves were right, the wind was right, and I was surfing decent, which is subpar at best. And while I was out there, the song popped in my head. And so I'm humming that along and, spending time in the water. And I get back and everyone's where they need to be. They're gone from the house and it's quiet. And so I'm picking up and I find my harmonica and I'm like, oh man, this is great, right? So I get to sit down after I'm done and kind of start playing. And immediately, as soon as I start playing, I go back. And not that I'm old, okay? I'm not saying I'm old, all right? But it's a Sunday evening. I'm at Don and Miss Connie Vigas' home. There's appetizers on the bar and microwaved frozen burritos. So there's college kids. That's college kids' appetite. And we're getting ready to talk about faith and Jesus and what that means and putting it all together. And Don, what he did was he would take a brochure, but imagine the brochure about the size of an accordion, 20-fold brochure, and it had song lyrics in it. And my job was to sit and be ready, and when they called out a song, I would play it. And not all those songs were my favorite, but we did it, right? And not just during that time, but when I was, helping with youth and leading here and then helping with college, what I did not realize was people were putting chunks of their faith into the mortar of who of who I am. And as I would progress in my journey and move on, that foundation is the foundation that I would stand on. Whether it be in a good time or a bad time, of victory or defeat, uncertainty, doubt, or verification and validation, that is what I stood on. And in times where nothing else would work and music would work, it was those songs in that brochure that I would go back to, because it was just ingrained in me, and it was who I was at that point. And this song being one of them. And now, in my journey, where I am here, my family is here, my wife is here, my kids are here, as you saw, and and it's good, right? It's really good. And to see the same body that put chunks of faith into my foundation are now doing that with my kids. There's no value that you can really put on that. And the only way I can describe that is it's just the riches of the kingdom. So I'm having this moment at my house by myself, and my dog's like, "Are you all right, man? You good?" He brings me his ball. He's like, "This makes me feel better," And seeing the sermon series that we're in of testimony, and I texted Miss Tracy and I said, "Hey, I got this idea," and she was on board with it. And what better way to do this but do it in song? So we're going to attempt to finish this song, and if you weren't singing before, we're going to really need your help now. So. Love so undeniable, I can hardly speak. So unexplainable, hardly can you call me deeper still, and you stories of what they think you're like. Oh, I heard a tender whisper of love in the dead of night, and you tell me that